I'm Trish Toby with WARC reporting to you live from Westchester, New York, where there appears to be some sort of mutant menace on the loose.
Hey everybody, I'm Matt Ockham.
And I'm Pat Reber.
And say it with us, Aurora.
What?
Welcome to Mutant Menace.
Did somebody name Aurora right into us?
No, I said it. I said to everybody, if you don't start sending me your names, I'm just going to start saying X-Men names.
All right. And there you go. He's done it, folks.
Didn't believe Don't him. Call my bluff! Oh, Patrick.
Matt, how are you, buddy?
What are we talking about today?
Today, Matt, we're talking about episode 69.
Patrick!
Hey.
Don't do this to me.
I do that better. Hey. There's you ever watch like a sitcom from the 80s or 90s that has a laugh track and there's always one guy in the audience that's going, hey, hey.
Well, because somebody just pointed a thing at the audience and said, now everybody do your best laugh.
Yeah.
And so, you know, there's definitely somebody who's like, I think this is how I laugh.
This guy said, oh, my best. I do a normal laugh, but if you want my best laugh. Hey.
What's the best 69 you ever did, Pat?
We didn't make a big deal out of episode 50. We didn't make a big deal out of our 1 year anniversary. We're going to make a big deal out of episode 69.
Okay, well, so then we'll talk about it. Yeah, what's the best 69 you ever did?
Stop asking me that. This is not
all
that
right,
kind
Pat,
of podcast.
Tell me what the best 69 you ever did in your whole life was.
You go first. What's your best 69?
You kind of lay sideways. See, I don't like a 69. You kind of lay sideways because if you go straight on, you're just like stuffing your nose into places that your nose doesn't want to be. So you kind of go off to the side. You kind of lay side by side and like lean into the things.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. So I guess whenever I did that was the best.
I guess for me, that is always a milestone number to hit. It's great when you hit the 69th of anything, like episode of your podcast, for example.
It's great. It is great when somebody lets you hit that 69.
Exactly what I said. I guess we're also talking about Iceman today. Bobby Drake.
Yeah, who does he 69 with? Opal Tanaka. Oh, you haven't met her yet.
Who?
Well, Iceman. God, Pat, when did we see him last?
I don't know. At the beginning of the Claremont run, right? He was around for an issue or two before they...
literally half an issue.
Half of one issue before they
he was in
him.
Yeah, because they rescued him at the end of Giant Sized.
Right.
And then
the Claremont
first
era
issue,
begins.
He was like, I hate this. I'm leaving. Who's with me? And they were mad that Scott wouldn't come. But
yeah. All the old X-Men are out though, right? Is that when Bobby and Warren formed the Defenders formed the Champions?
I think it's a little later.
Bobby goes to UCLA, and then over the course of that, they form the Champions.
It must not have been that long though. He also appeared. Remember, he showed up for like a fucking second in that one issue where Arcade kidnapped everybody.
Yes.
It was the Arcade Dr. Doom thing. And they were like, okay, we're going to send one team after Dr. Doom.
Right. They called in all of the X-Men backups they could think of.
And we'll send a bunch of backups after Arcade. And Bobby Drake was one of those backups. And it's just so abundantly clear that Chris Claremont's like, I hate this guy. I hate this guy. I don't want to write anything about this guy. It really was. Okay, so I'm looking it up. It really was 5 months after Giant Size X-Men that Bobby and Warren went off and founded the Champions.
5 months of our real lifetime.
Yes.
That's not very long at all.
So then I think Bobby attended Scott's wedding to Madeline, but I'm not even sure we got one line of dialogue. Claremont was like, no.
Fine. He'll be here. He does not speak.
Why does he hate Bobby Drake so much?
I don't know. Actually, I do know. And I think it's the same thing that's going to be reflected throughout the Iceman miniseries that we're reading today, which is that he's just like, there's not much to him. He's got everything out on the surface, and that is just a nice boy. He's a nice boy.
He's just some kind of nice boy. And I think J.M. DEMATTEIS does it. So J.M. DEMATTEIS writes this at this time. So, okay, a little more background. He's been in the Defender. For almost 4 years, he was in almost no comic books.
He disappeared
after the Champions. College. And then he's been in the what they call the New Defenders with Hank and Warren for the last year and a half, written by J.M. DEMATTEIS, who writes the miniseries that we're reading today. And
okay,
what happened was Beast was in the Defenders, but they weren't really a team at that point. For a whole series of issues, the Defenders was just like a jumble of people that were moving from situation to situation. And then
a little like Alpha Flight.
Well, Alpha Flight considered themselves a team. The Defenders, I don't think, did.
Okay.
And then a bunch of them left, like the son of Satan stopped being Satan's son.
And can you do that?
I don't know. I barely read any of this stuff.
Got a legal emancipation from Satan.
He married Hellcat, and then Beast was like, well, I guess I gotta go join a real team now. And then somebody said to him, well, why don't you make this your real team? And then he spent like 2 issues going, make this my real team. like the way that you would make fun of a character having an epiphany in this podcast.
Yeah.
He did exactly that in Thought Bones. And Iceman was like visiting from college, and then they called Warren and they were like, hey, let's do a new Defenders. And
let's
they did with like Valkyrie and Moondragon and Gargoyle.
Mm-hmm.
As I was flipping through these just to get some context, there was a scene where Bobby and Hank were hanging out with Gargoyle in the bathtub. Gargoyle was taking a bath. Bobby and Hank were sitting. Bobby was sitting on the side of the bathtub. Hank was sitting in the toilet. And at some point, Bobby takes a scrub brush and starts scrubbing Gargoyle, who's just like a man.
Just bros hanging out. Just dudes being dudes.
And after this miniseries that we'll read, he's soon going to be in an X book again. And then as far as I can tell, he never, ever leaves an X book ever again.
Oh, my God.
So we will never be without Bobby Drake again for the history of this podcast.
Look, we love the guy.
Mm-hmm.
He's a good boy. He's a nice boy. But he is truly leaning to the goofball side of lovable goofball. This guy, he's always a little bit selfish. He's always a little...
And we have to try to remember our assessments of him before we read this.
Yeah.
Where are we at with him? So yeah, a little bit selfish.
I think self-obsessed is maybe a better word. It's a lot of like, well, nobody's thinking about me in this world-ending situation.
Right. And a little like, well, when am I going to get the credit for what? He's like Sunspot in that way.
Exactly. Yeah. He tends to like internalize a lot about his relationships, and once he kind of externalizes it, the people on the other side of that relationship are like, what?
Right, like when he was in love with Lorna Dane and he was like, we're boyfriend and girlfriend, and she's like,
yeah. He did the same thing to Darkstar, and I don't think it's just romantic interests, right? He's also, sometimes he'll say something back in the golden X-Men days, he would say something and people would be like, Bobby, have you been thinking this all along?
And no one would take him seriously. I also remember that. Like,
Yeah, he's the baby boy.
he would run into a supervillain and he'd run back and he'd be like, "Hey guys, there's a supervillain outside," and they'd be like, "Bobby, where's your clothes?"
Yes, he also loved getting nude. That was just one of his qualities. Loves ice cream, loves taking his clothes off.
His costume is basically just underpants and booties.
So I am familiar with the Iceman X-Men costume that is just blue and gold underwear and blue and gold booties. In this series he's not in the X-Men right now. In this series, He's just wearing white underwear.
And he's still wearing his X belt. So it looks like when he ices down, it's like he's wearing his old X-Men X belt.
And tighty whities.
Tighty whities and socks. Like white socks. All right. Well, that's what we remember about Bobby Drake. Let's read some emails.
Ooh, Matt.
Yes.
It's time.
How professional was that of me?
For Pat's email corner. That was good. That was a smooth transition. Less smooth after you asked if it was good.
Fuck.
But
I knew I was going to fuck this up.
Edit that out. No, edit that out and we're still good.
I can't. It's dishonest.
To edit it out.
No, it'll be so dishonest. It's not. It's not fair to the listener.
That's why we never edit. Okay, Matt, it is time for Pat's email corner. We got a few here today.
All right.
You want to get into them?
I'd love to.
I don't know why I'm vamping. Let's get right to it.
There's a length requirement for Pat's email corner, and you're afraid you're not going to hit it.
If it's under 15 minutes, we haven't done our job right.
Yes, then our sponsors pull their. We're being sponsored by gmail.com, and they'll pull their sponsors.
They love that we just pull in random listeners and read their thoughts on the air, too.
A lot of people think that...
Brand partnerships love that.
A lot of people think that Gmail is just Google. The Gmail company is Google. No, it's a different guy.
It is, yeah. Mike Gmail.
Yeah.
But he's not writing to us today, Matt. You know who is? Vio da Gama.
She
says, "Dear Pat, please tell Matt I was delighted to be part of your intro. I went to put the boys on while I did some weightlifting and was thrilled to hear my name repeated several times, but I don't believe you summoned me." So if you remember, I think we said her name last week or the week before and couldn't remember if she had actually contributed her name.
And she doesn't confirm here.
Yeah, she does not. But it seems just from context clues, I can guess that she did not. Too late. You're on the list, Vio. I am extremely excited to hear you boys get to X Factor and also to hear the Secret Wars 2 episode for the high volume of Jimmy Shitheel name variants. Jimmy Shitheel is a good one.
Who's that?
My own X-Men reading has finally arrived at the first issues of Excalibur and Exterminators following the Ultimate X-Men Reading Order.com sequence.
Okay.
And there's so much garbage stories and really good stuff to come.
Yeah, we follow that loosely. When we put together this podcast, it's sort of a combination. We use Ultimate X-Men Reading Order. We use the how do I say this without incriminating us? There's a series of digital files called the Complete X-Men.
I went out and bought every existing original copy.
No. We don't read them. We read them from our actual copies, but we use that to help us figure it out. As reference. And then Ultimate X-Men Reading Order, and then the way that it's collected in the Epic Collections. Because I honestly have everything in trade. Except for today's. I actually am reading real issues for this Iceman miniseries.
Why'd you stipulate honestly there?
Sometimes on this podcast, just random words come out of my mouth that don't make sense.
Weird. Up next.
Did you ever notice on the cover of Ultimate X-Men Reading Order, there's 2 Nightcrawlers?
No.
Okay.
Up next, Matt, we have, you remember this one, X-Man Sam.
X-Man Sam.
X-Man Sam. We'll get to who that is in a moment. Hey, Pat, ask Matt if he remembers when Professor X faked his death and hid in the basement for months. Scott Summers is right not to trust death rumors anymore.
I know, that's exactly right. Like, the fact that Moira was like, Xavier's dying, and Cyclops is like, you're lying.
It was so good. No.
No.
Sincerely, X-Man Sam, the Canadian guy whose power was can't smell farts and was demoted to Alpha Fight level. I will tell you...
So many Canadian listeners.
Yeah, another Canadian on the list. Also, X-Man Sam, I think this was one of our first ever emailers, Matt, if you remember.
Wow.
We were so excited to get this email, and then we kind of tore them apart. Speaking of tearing them apart, your power is not can't smell farts. Please go see a doctor. Finally, we have Email Michael. Hey, Pat, could you please tell Matt that while I'm not a lawyer, one of my best friends is, so I texted him this question based on what you said in episode 67. Let's say someone sets up a crime like a money laundering scheme or tax evasion scheme, and then they die, and then it goes into motion. Is the dead person still considered the perpetrator of the crime, or is it a perpetratorless crime? The response, death is the ultimate defense. If dead, can't be convicted at all. I've won 2 to 3 cases that way. In the law, such issues are called moot. Nothing would be done about the crime in criminal justice if the guy who did it is dead. It's moot. A criminal case will never exist.
Huh.
Now, he goes on, it's worth keeping in mind that this lawyer friend of mine is not your lawyer or even my lawyer, and he is not giving actual legal advice to anyone by answering this question.
You don't know he's not my lawyer.
That's true. Email Michael. You don't know, Matt, because we don't know who this guy is.
Unless it's my lawyer and they said to me, hey, is this you? Somebody sent me this question and it sounds like a question you would ask me.
Yeah, what are you planning? I hope that helps with whatever it was you were hoping to figure out with your question about Magneto being turned into a baby after committing a crime. Wishing you luck in your criminal endeavors. Email Michael.
Being a baby. Well, so again, being a baby is like having just been dead.
Yes.
Yeah. Imagine if I had a lawyer. How quickly they would be like, Matt, you really like I charge you money when you send me these. Right? Whoa, that was a quick Patsy. I hope Mike Gmail pays us for that.
That was pretty quick, yeah. But we got some good comments in, so I think we still get our commission. Matt,
did you do anything X-Men related this week?
Did I do anything X-Men related this week?
I ask it that way because before you even ask me, I did not, and mea culpa. So I ask humbly.
God,
did you do anything X-Men related this week?
Well, then I can't say I did not.
Okay, all right. Well, then I did. I read some. I've been reading Peter David and Larry Stroman's X Factor. But that's nothing. I've read that already. Like I'm rereading.
That's kind of that seems like cheating.
Mm-hmm.
I've still been playing Marvel Rivals, Matt, and they just put Jubilee out there.
Okay,
that's a thing.
That's she a good one.
Related.
She a good one to play.
She is good. I have a lot of fun playing her. I am in a situation. So you know me. I don't know if people know this, but you know this about me. I'm very bad at video games, especially ones that are based on like reacting in real time with your hand-eye coordination. That is
right.
Just so. I am not good at this game, and it's strictly an online team play game, and there's a ranking system, and for some reason I keep being placed on really good teams and just failing upwards, where my numbers are radically lower than everybody else's on the team in every category, every round, but we're winning.
Interesting.
So then I get to a rank where inevitably I get discovered as a fraud because
Do people yell at you? Like, are the other people yelling into their
yes,
headsets at
people
you?
online, these teenagers online. So there's no voice chat. It all has to be typed out on a PlayStation controller. So these people are
They're putting
going
in
to
a
the
lot of
trouble,
effort.
taking the time to be like, hey, these are bad stats, man.
Oh, they tell you
They're
about
not even
stats.
mean about it. Yeah, they're just, for the most part, they're just disappointed. I can deal with people being mean, but when they're like, come on, man.
But they don't do this in the middle of a match. They're not like, you're fucking everything
No,
up.
they do. Somebody
Okay.
said, what are we doing? So yeah, that's my X-Men related thing.
All right, that's a pretty good one. Again, I don't have one this week. I'm sorry. I've been playing a lot of Pokemon. Scarlet and Violet is good. Pokemon Scarlet, it got a lot of shit when it came out because it ran so poorly on the Nintendo Switch 1, but now I'm playing it on the Nintendo Switch 2. God damn, it's a good Pokemon game. Like, it's a really good Pokemon game.
I haven't played a Pokemon video game since I was a child, I think. No, that's not true. I played the one on Nintendo where you took pictures of them.
Pokemon Snap.
Pokemon Snap?
Well, try and grow up a little bit and get yourself a new Pokemon game. Sun and Moon. Sun and Moon is if you have a Nintendo DS, well, 3DS, I think.
No, I've got the big boy Nintendos.
Go get a Nintendo 3DS and then go buy a copy of Sun and Moon. Together, these two things are going to cost you somewhere around $500 at this point.
Okay.
And then play Sun and Moon.
Consider it spent.
That's the thing about Pokemon games. They never really go down in price. I mean, a lot of Nintendo games are like this. It's like they're never on sale, but even if you buy the cartridges secondhand, Pokemon games only go up in price when they stop being printed.
Is this incentive for me to buy one or just adding facts?
Do you want to talk about, Pat?
Matt, I think you want to talk about Bizarre Adventures number 27.
I forgot I wanted to talk about
You forgot how much you wanted to talk about this.
I've been telling you about it for days. Ooh, wait till I tell you about Bizarre Adventures number 27.
I know, I read it.
Last episode, I told you, I'm going to be so upset if you don't let me read another story from Bizarre Adventures number 27 today.
You literally did. Do you remember that's in the podcast from last week?
I do remember.
Because you would say that even if I hadn't said it last week.
That's true. And you did. You let me read another story from Bizarre Adventures number 27. It's called Winter Carnival. Can you guess who this is about?
Terrifying.
In the credits, it's called Iceman Winter Carnival. So maybe that'll give you a
pretty
hint.
easy guess.
Script: Mary Jo Duffy. Art: George Perez.
Whoa.
And Alfredo Alcala.
Nice.
And it's still that same black and white and like
magazine style,
shaded in grayscale. So again, it looks a little bit like a porn comic. It looks like any moment somebody's gonna whip out a boobie.
Yeah, yeah.
Release date June 16th. They don't. In the previous one, they almost do. The first story is a Phoenix story, and somebody's wearing only metal cones over their breasts.
Ooh, maybe we'll get to that someday.
There's not enough boobs in comics. I keep saying this. Release date June 16th, 1981. Cover date July 1981.
We're going to take a little trip back in time.
Robert Bobby Drake is at Dartmouth College in New Hampshire, visiting for their winter carnival. The theme this year is superheroes, and he's admiring a particularly good one of his buddy Angel. Annoyed that Angel's the only X-Man he sees, Bobby quickly uses his powers to whip up an especially muscular Iceman statue.
We'll get to it, but there's a scene later where they're standing side by side, him and the statue of himself, just to confirm that this ice statue that he built is definitely more muscular.
This is very Bobby Drake. Just to start out, this is somebody who understands Bobby Drake very well.
Why aren't I in this statue garden?
And then while he's doing it, he's like, bigger muscles. Some co-eds show up and start making fun of the statue and Bobby when Bobby throws a snowball at one of them.
Fucking get him, dude.
It turns into a massive snowball fight across the quad. Mary Jo Duffy says that there are no friends in snowball fights, only adversaries.
It's so poetic. It's so funny.
At one point, like, his friend comes over to shake his hand and he's like, all right, that's enough. And we can all admit that you lost. Everybody ganged up on you and you lost. And Bobby refuses to admit he lost.
Yeah.
For like a page and a half.
His friend's got to be like, okay, let's move on.
Suddenly there's a scream for help because some masked men are robbing the computer lab. The robbers are shooting everyone with laser guns set to stun.
Are they? I must have missed that because I thought these robbers shot 3 people with pistols.
Get ready to blast them. Set the guns to stun, he says. And then
okay.
And then the co-ed say, far out.
I must have missed that. I really thought these 3 students were dead. And nobody was doing anything. Everybody was like, they stole a computer.
The robbers are shooting everyone. Yeah. Bobby hides behind a tree, turning into Iceman. He quickly beats the hell out of the robbers and returns the stolen computer parts, and everyone is stoked about it. They ask him to stick around and party for the winter carnival.
Oh.
Yeah, of course he says yes. He's Bobby Drake.
But here's the thing they're not going to address. These guys don't particularly like Bobby Drake. They love Iceman.
That's true. They don't, and they seem familiar with Bobby Drake. They're kind of like, I don't know. I also want to note here.
Yeah.
When they hand the computer parts back over to the cops, it's like a shoebox. There's like
they were carrying like almost like a coffin sized thing.
You're thinking of later. You're thinking of later because here they are running. They have nothing. They have seemingly nothing in their hands, and then the one guy has like a shoebox. And Bobby takes it and hands it to the cop.
Okay. Yeah.
It's just something to note. It being a snowstorm and everything being covered in snow and ice, Iceman is in his element. He starts making slides and doing tricks and showing off, and everyone is loving it. He specifically notes how everyone's cheering for him. Later at the dining hall, where he's still Iceman, a cop shows up investigating the robbery. The thieves were trying to steal a computer designed by Hank Pym, the Yellow Jacket.
Ooh.
They ask who sounded the alarm, and it was a professor who works in the computer lab, but no one knows who he is.
Yeah, they're all just like, I assume he's a teacher because he's an old man that I see around all the time.
He's always in the computer lab or the math department. Cut to that evening as someone is robbing the computer lab again.
Oh, no.
This is where they're carrying giant boxes.
Well, they are working with Pym technology.
Okay. All right. Yeah, sure. The first robbery was a fake, and the box that was returned actually contained another robber who was hidden inside to sneak out and turn off the alarm when the place was closed up.
Good plan.
Okay. What box? The little shoebox that Bobby handed over? What? This didn't happen.
Yeah, there's this tiny man. There's the thing we don't mention in this recap is that this man is only 6 inches tall. It didn't seem important to the plot.
There's a whole thing where he couldn't reach the doorknob, and he had to gather up a bunch of stuff and pile it. All right. So
also, please. Yeah. So they're revealing the plan that they had to stage a fake robbery in order to pull this off. And in my head, I still think they have shot and killed 3 people. It's more fucked up than like a Tarantino movie.
This was the fake robbery. The professor had come out to New Hampshire, where there was no superheroes, to steal the computer, and he's bragging about it out loud when Iceman, disguised as an ice statue,
he's standing in the ice statue garden. Somebody's like, wait, why are there 2 statues of Iceman?
Whoop! Because he strikes. He easily fights off all the thieves with the laser guns, but the professor zaps him with a special laser in his cane. No one's ever expecting that.
These canes are causing all sorts of trouble in these miniseries.
He tries to run away with some blueprints he stole. Iceman recovers and chases him until the professor runs into some students who block his way. Iceman uses his ice beams to toss the cane up into the air, and it explodes for some reason.
He armed his cane to explode right before Iceman was able to steal it.
He says this?
He was like, all right, I'll just take everybody out inside. He says, like, inside my cane is more powerful. And then he manipulates it, and suddenly it's about to explode.
Oh, yeah. So, Iceman throws it up into the air with an ice beam and it explodes. The cop shows up, figures it all out, but just one thing. This cop has never heard of Iceman. Iceman, who is considering transferring to Dartmouth, says that the cop will be hearing from him a lot from now on, and walks away into the night.
He's a sweet young boy, but a lesson he needs to learn is you never tell a cop, you'll be hearing from me a lot from now on. This is such an Iceman-ass story.
Yeah.
He solves the mystery because the bad guys are openly talking about it in front of him.
Yeah.
He spends the entire time just thinking about how no one appreciates him. This whole thing to him is created as a lesson to show him he should go solo as a superhero.
Right.
It's such a, it is a bunch of goofy robbers. He's got to get into two fights. He has to save the day, of course, but also he doesn't have to, go anywhere to do it. He doesn't have to solve any mysteries. He just has to let things happen around him,
right?
Make it about himself, and then everything will turn out okay.
It's the easiest superhero job in the world, and he's still bragging about that he did it.
Yeah, and wondering if people are appreciating him enough.
I hit one old man. You'll be hearing from me a lot from now on.
I will give George Perez some credit here. I know you hate giving George Perez credit, Matt.
I love to give George Perez credit. I do it every day.
He does a fun thing with Iceman's powers here, which is, I think, one of the highlights of a new artist getting their hand on Iceman is just seeing how they use his powers in fun, creative ways. What George Perez does is this cane's about to explode, so Iceman covers it in a huge layer of ice, and he's got it in his hands here, holding just this big block of ice, and the guy's like, that's not enough ice to stop this bomb. This was meant to kill all of us. So he just starts growing more ice. He's holding it up in the air as high as he can. And he's like, this still isn't quite far enough away because it's literally my arm's length. So he just starts shooting 2 poles of ice up into the air with the thing until it's high up enough that the explosion doesn't impact anybody. Just a neat new, the 2-pole hand extension, okay. Go gadget hands.
Okay, yeah, sure. He also makes skis and ice poles out of his ice at one point. That's fun.
He does.
Yeah. Well, that was Iceman in 1981. This was, I think, before he joined the Champions, right?
No. This would have been post Champions. I think he even talks about his time.
Oh, you're right. Yes, you're right. It is.
This is when he's just trying to figure out what the hell is going on.
Yeah, he hasn't been. It's 3 years after the Champions. You're right, and it's 2 years before he joins the Defenders. So
this is in that just long gap in his career.
So Pat, I'm just sitting here wondering what happens 4 years after this story.
Matt, I am so glad you asked because I am ready to read you Iceman #1, The Fuse.
Oh, okay. This is another miniseries, so these credits will extend to the entire miniseries.
That's right, Matt. And those credits are as follows. J.M. DEMATTEIS, writer. We've seen J.M. DEMATTEIS.
Have we? I still don't know if we have.
Yes, I think not too long ago we talked about him. Do you want to give us a little refresher?
The only thing I can say about J.M. DeMatteis, he's one of his biggest, the thing that I knew him for. He wrote a fucking fuck lot of comics.
Yes.
But one of the things that I know him for is his collaborations with Keith Giffen and Kevin Maguire on the like silly Justice League International, Justice League Europe, Justice League America in the 1980s with Booster Gold and Blue Beetle and Black Canary and Martian Manhunter, the one where Batman punches Guy Gardner in the face. Did you ever read these?
I have not.
Elongated Man is in them.
I know him more for his work with Spider-Man. He did a long run in the 70s. I think he comes back for a few in like the 80s, and some of the iconic but actually exhausting to read big Spider-Man stories from that era.
Okay. Yeah, we won't see him too much in this podcast. He will come back and write some X Factor in the 90s, but he doesn't really write a lot of X-Men. Yeah, he writes this Iceman miniseries, and he has been writing the Defenders, the new Defenders with Beast and Angel and Iceman for the past like year or two.
Yeah. Solid writer.
Before this comes out. That's, I guess, why he is put on the Iceman miniseries.
And then Alan Kupperberg, penciler, Matt. We know Alan Kupperberg
because he did Obnoxio the Clown.
That's right. I don't know how it's possible that we're coming across him again, because he has like outside of the Mad Magazine ripoff that he used to run for Marvel, he has like 10 comic credits to his name, and we're catching 5 of them. But yeah, Obnoxio the Clown and now Iceman.
Okay.
Mike Gustovich, inker, or Gustavich maybe. Janice Chiang, letterer, Bob Sharon, colorist, Bob Budiansky, editor, and James Shitheel, editor-in-chief.
Oh, okay. That's all right. Vio mentioned that person. I've never heard of them.
That's right. Release date August 7th, 1984. Cover date December 1984. Prologue.
Ooh.
In an alien city ravaged by war, slaves march through a smog-filled labor camp below a large fortress. Inside the fortress, a shadowy figure demands his henchmen, a stout little bulldog-faced alien and a tall, thin pink alien, retrieve someone, and they disappear. Classic setup. You got a tall, skinny guy and a short, fat guy.
And he's like, you got to go get them for me. And they're like, okay, we'll get them.
Yeah, get that person.
You know, we got like 2 huge establishing shots of this miserable, war-torn place, right? I am sure it comes into play in this story.
Yes. Yeah, this seems like a fascinating, mystical land that we'll get to spend some time in here.
We're going to get to spend some time in it. Maybe he liberates these slave people. Maybe, yeah, we're going to learn a lot about this place. I'm sure of it.
In Port Jefferson, Long Island, New York, Iceman races above the city streets on his ice slides, late for something and worried about his dad's reaction. On the way, he spots his cousin Mary and scoops her up. He confides in her about how his parents aren't super happy with him joining the Defenders, and he's not even sure why he did it.
Yeah. When he picks up the girl, people are like, that monster is kidnapping a girl. And somebody's like, no, it's this. Don't worry. I know who that is. That's the Silver Surfer.
It is. I mean, if you make the Silver Surfer a lot blockier,
yeah,
you've got Iceman.
There's so many times when if you see either Iceman or Silver Surfer, you're just like looking at the crotch area, like, is he wearing underwear? If he is, it's Iceman. If he's not, it's Silver Surfer.
Ooh, we need a good rhyme for that.
If
it's nude, that's not the ice dude.
If he's got undies,
he's
Bobby Bundy. No, if he's
nude, he's not the ice dude. If he's got undies,
if he's got briefs, Bobby's the chief.
It's Bobby that weeps. Because he's always crying.
It's... If he's
I
got...
think you got it. Then he gets distracted again when he sees a family walking down the street and decides he's in love with a redheaded girl in the group.
Instantly.
Bobby,
I'm in love!
he sees this woman. He says, oh, I've got to start planning the wedding. And then you think he's saying that as like in a hyperbole, but then he starts listing who his groomsmen party will be.
Right.
He's like,
Also,
okay, geez, I got to choose between Hank and Warren for best man.
where's Gargoyle gonna fit in? She looks 15 in these panels. Like, she doesn't later in the series, and she's not. But like, man,
it looks like an early teenage girl.
Yes, and because she's walking with her adult parents and her grandfather and her little brother, who's barely shorter than her.
Yes.
And you're like, also, they're making her carry the groceries.
Yeah. Which makes sense as things go on, but maybe it doesn't. I don't know.
And yeah, it's just, it very much looks like he's flying past like a 15-year-old girl and like, I'm in love! Which even, so just on so many fucking levels, not, even if we admit that she's an adult and she looks like an adult, it's still like, buddy!
Slow down.
This is just a random
so many
girl
times
with
already.
her family.
You're breaking your own heart at this point. So he sees the girl, he drops Mary off, and in trying to impress the redheaded girl, falls directly onto his head. The girl panics and runs off, and he picks himself up to explain, but they've suddenly vanished entirely. Just run the hell away. A monster. Next, he's accosted by a racist police officer who yells himself red in the face, and Iceman freezes him in a block of ice.
This guy, his name is, we find out later, his name is
Fucking
Ralph Rachitt.
Ralph Rachitt.
Officer Ralph Rachitt. And he's just this fat little police officer who's just, he shows up everywhere, and his face is so red as he's screaming racist stuff at Bobby.
Yeah. The thing about getting a spoof magazine editor and artist to draw here is that you're going to get some fucking good faces, especially close-ups. And the close-up of Ralph Rachitt shouting himself silly about how much he hates mutants is so good.
Also, I want to add here, I don't think you can safely freeze somebody in a block of ice.
You can. They did it in Batman.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. I didn't think the science was, and Batman's a scientist, so he wouldn't do it if.
Right. If it was unsafe, he would have said something about it by now.
Yeah, sorry.
Very funny to just freeze a policeman in a block of ice, though, to be like, I'm tired of you yelling at me. And then walk away.
Yeah.
So he drops himself over a fence in someone's backyard and ices down. But while he's trying to get dressed, he's practically nude, remember?
He's just nude now, yeah.
A neighbor takes him to be a pervert and sicks her dog on him. As Bobby Drake runs, he dresses the rest of the way and then runs directly into the redheaded girl from earlier, knocking her to the ground. He finds out her name, Marge, and that her family, the Smiths, live right next door to his parents, but he's too flustered to say anything to her.
God, he's such a fucking dingus. God damn it. Like, this is so Bobby Drake. He's just fucking up left and right.
Yeah. He's immediately afterwards, he's walking to his parents' house. He is terrified of going to his parents' house. He's got this inner monologue that is so weird and sad and kind of relatable, but also kind of like, do you know this character comes out as gay in 30 years? Like,
Right.
He just got chased by a dog. He said, that dog was a nasty little sucker. Makes me glad I never had a pooch of my own when I was a kid. Well, there was that stray I found, though Mom said it'd dirty up the house, and she made me give it away after I'd told all my friends I was going to keep it.
God.
I was so embarrassed I didn't go out to play for a week. Sometimes I look back on childhood as one long string of embarrassments. It's so like...
He goes on to explain his parents are super overprotective, and he wonders if that's why he's neurotic.
Yes.
All while tying a pink sweater around his neck. We should mention that. But yeah, I mean, it is, again, like you said, it's semi-relatable. I think about every embarrassing thing I ever did when I was a kid, and those memories really, really stick out. But I can't think of a time that I was so embarrassed by something so kind of like silly and tragic and not my fault that I was like, I can't go outside for a week.
Yes. That, and also that he is like, this is the worst thing that's ever happened to him. This is his big childhood tragedy, is he brought a stray dog home and his mom said he couldn't keep it, and he was really embarrassed by it. Like,
yeah,
it's
deferred. He's upset about something else.
Exactly. And there's clearly trauma here, and he's focusing it on these little moments that annoyed him rather than the bigger disappointment that he's also fretting but not focusing on as much.
Yeah. Right.
So Bobby walks into his parents' house, and they immediately start nagging him for his clothes and his superhero lifestyle.
So if the metaphor wasn't clear enough. Yeah. His parents, he walks inside and his parents are like, why are you wearing those clothes? No son of mine wears clothes like that. And let's talk about your lifestyle that you're
living that flamboyant superhero lifestyle with your flashy clothes and your late night clubs.
He also, the first thing he says in this comic is that he's going to be late, or that he is
I'm late. So late. My dad's going to be so mad.
And he gets here and nothing is happening.
His mom's still vacuuming.
Yeah. And his dad is like, his dad is laying sitting on a chair, and he's like playing with pillows. It looks like. He's not fluffing them. They're like falling to the ground next to him. Maybe it's his newspaper. I not clear.
He's doing that thing. Like, the wife is vacuuming. He's like, I got to do something, but I don't want to do it too good because I don't want to get assigned this task every week.
But yeah, he is clearly.
They're still cleaning the house for his arrival.
He's clearly hours away from whatever the thing what I guess is his dad's retirement party. Mm-hmm. He's still hours away from it, and he's like, "Oh, I'm late." Just neurosis. It's neurosis.
Yeah. He's neurotic because of the way his parents raised him. Meanwhile, the two alien henchmen from the prologue appear in an alleyway. We find out that the pink alien is named White Light and can glow and mesmerize people like the cops they appear in front of. His little partner, the idiot, is super strong and says "ha-cha-cha" a lot. He talks like he's from Space Brooklyn. What are we gonna do with this guy, White Light?
Hey, ha-cha-cha-cha! I gotta take these coppers out.
They go looking.
Let me kill him now! Oh boy! Oh boy! Oh boy!
They go looking for their prey, breaking into random houses. When they get close, White Light fixes a device to the idiot's head, apparently amplifying his natural tracking powers. It's like a little Emma Frost, just mesmerizing people psychically and then inventing things on the spot to enhance other people's powers. At the Drake household, Bobby's dad's retirement party is underway. He and Mary wander off to continue their talk about his future plans. But when cousin Joel shows up to try and give him advice on accounting school, Bobby lashes out and storms off.
Loser league, cousin Joel.
Cousin Joel. Cousin Joel seems like a shithead.
I hate this
He's
guy.
he just comes out and he's like, I heard you're thinking of leaving accounting school. He's so disappointed.
May I give you some advice? Fuck off, cousin.
Don't. So Bobby lashes out. This is sort of where you and I talked about this a little before. This whole thing tracks as a coming out story, right? Coming out to your parents. It's extremely coded that way. And we were trying to figure out if that was intentional or not, because as far as we know, J.M. DEMATTEIS has never come out to his parents because he's straight. So but he's written some powerful queer characters, even during the Jim Shithead Don't Say Gay era.
Yeah. He openly challenged the Jim Shithead Don't Say Gay era by introducing an openly gay man and his live-in partner in Captain America.
Right.
Arnie Roth. And Alan Kupperberg also introduced the first openly gay character in Archie comics. Oh. So it is an interest of theirs storytelling-wise.
Yeah. It's something they clearly at least have some understanding of.
But yeah.
When Cousin Joel is like, are you sure you don't want to go to accounting school anymore? That is extremely, I'm going to go to New York and be an artist conversation.
Right. And when he's like, I don't want to hear it from you, Cousin Joel, the dad just appears in the doorway. He's like, you're ruining my retirement party. How dare you embarrass me in front of all the family?
Yes, which is, again, sort of crossing that line back into, okay, yeah, this could just be you being a weirdo and being at a parent's function, but it seems a little deeper.
Right.
Lost in thought, Bobby ends up bumping into Marge Smith again, knocking her tray of brownies to the sidewalk. Literally running into her again.
Yeah.
They settle on the Smith stoop, and Bobby starts ranting at her about his Irish Catholic / Jewish upbringing.
He keeps doing this to people. He did it to Mary. He's doing it to Marge. He just approaches people and he's like, let me tell you about all my problems. Okay, so I was born in...
And he's talking about how strict his parents were and like some of the specific incidents that aren't that traumatic, but that he considers true. Don't go into this much detail about your parents on a first date, dude. I feel like we always have to give this guy dating advice.
She's just like sitting on his stoop and he's leaning over her, just panels and panels and panels of dialogue of him just explaining his life to her.
Yeah. Dads are the worst. Ease up, man. Ask her about herself.
Exactly. The one time she talks, he's like, anyway, the Catholic kids used to ride me for being Jewish. He just like keeps going.
Despite him not letting her talk at all, though, Marge decides she likes Bobby.
How could you?
At that moment, though, the aliens crash through the roof.
Oh, okay.
Bobby ices up. While they can't tell which one is their quarry, Iceman assumes they're here for him and starts fighting.
Yeah, they're like, which one is it? It's one of these two. I can't tell with my senses which one it is. Ha cha cha cha.
Boss, I can't tell which one of these ha cha chas is the ha cha cha.
Exactly.
They also assume they're here for him and fight back. Iceman seems resistant to White Light's mesmerizing powers and uses a big ice fist to punch them through the house.
Another, like you said, cool.
One,
yeah.
Upstairs, Marge and her family rush into a closet, which starts glowing with a colorful psychedelic light.
Huh.
Bobby's family rushes out to see the Iceman wrapping up his fight with the aliens. In one final clash, the entire Smith house comes crashing down on all three of them.
Huh.
His parents panic and yell his name, but when the smoke clears, Iceman's intact, with White Light and the idiot encased in a big dome of ice. However, at that moment, they teleport away, leaving Iceman alone with his superhero identity blown in front of his extended family and that racist police officer from earlier rushing in to arrest him. To be continued.
Ralph Rachitt.
Ralph Rachitt rushes in a pink bathrobe, police hat, and nightstick, his billy club.
Oh, man, and he's also got his police badge on the robe.
I think, yeah, it's incredible work by Alan Kupperberg here,
Mhm.
right? To tell a story about this guy, because these are the three things he's like, all right, I don't need the uniform, but if I'm going to try to project some authority, I got to wear the hat, I got to wear the badge, I got to carry a billy club.
Yeah, so I guess Mary and Bobby's mom and dad already knew he was Iceman, but cousin Joel didn't. And he's like, that thing is Bobby?
Yeah, it's
Let me give it some accounting advice, I guess.
It's very just like he's disgusted. He sees Bobby as Iceman, and he's just like, ew, like that's who I was just speaking to.
Yeah. At the retirement party, there is a moment where somebody asks the dad about retirement, and he's like, it's really boring. It's boring, and I don't feel like I have a purpose in life anymore. It's like, oh, okay, well, maybe this runs in the family a little bit. Like, that's exactly what Iceman was talking about earlier.
Cute. Clearly setting us up for some big events. There's also several ice fights.
I think that the amount of this setup before Bobby gets home, it was a fun issue to read. And there's some smart stuff happening here. But the structure of the story is very dumb. Is very like talking down to you Saturday morning cartoon, where somebody's like, "Wait, he's late, but he's doing all this stuff, and all this stuff happens to him on the way home." And like the writer being like, "Don't worry about it. It's just a comic book, right?"
Right. More of this comic than you would expect is just him finding different ways to get back to home in Long Island.
And bumping into women.
Yeah.
Physically
he
colliding.
Just can't see them. That's
which explains why he just rants at them whenever he gets the chance. All right, Pat, do you want me to move on and tell you about
Ice? Stop right now. Oh, yes. Yeah, it's your turn.
Patrick, I'm going to tell you about Iceman #2, Instant Karma. Release date October 2nd, 1984. Cover date February 1985. White light and the idiot, ha-cha-cha, cower in the corner of a stone room as that dark hooded figure that sent them to Earth punishes them for their failure. I think he just demakes them. I think he just makes them not exist anymore.
It just like suggests that they scream and then says oblivion.
He sends his servant Kali, a golden woman with giant hair and 4 arms, each of them holding a weapon.
Not just the arms holding the weapon.
She rides off with an army of giant winged spiders. I mean, this is clearly based on the Hindu goddess, right?
Oh.
Who's also called Kali.
Oh, I didn't realize that. I have a friend.
Multiple arms. Yeah.
I have a friend named Kali that spells it this exact way.
Oh, really?
So I just assumed this was a common name.
Meanwhile, Bobby clears everything up from issue 1 with the police to Ralph Rachitt's dismay and heads back to take another look at the wreckage of Marge's house for any sign of her family. At the police station, he tells them it's commie spies.
It was communist agents.
He was fighting communist agents.
He's like, I was sorry to tell them that, but, what am I supposed to say? Aliens? They'd think I was crazy. It's secret communists that live in our community.
Right. And Ralph Rachitt is there, still in his robe.
He doesn't even, to go downtown, he doesn't even change into, put on some sweatpants, man.
Yeah. So Bobby is searching the wreckage of Marge's house, and he doesn't find them. He finds a weird little gizmo that no one noticed and takes it back to his parents' house to investigate. But his parents have been waiting for him. They were humiliated by the incident next door and by cousin Joel finding out that he is a mutant.
Yo, this is so visceral, this conversation.
He calls his son stupid.
He does. And he's like, he says, hey, cousin Joel's pretty upset because he didn't know that you were, a mutant.
Yeah.
And I didn't really want people to find out that you were, a mutant. And you had to bring this all up at my party. You're going to make your being, a mutant all about you at my party. I will never forgive you for this. Like, it's
remember in I think it's the second X-Men movie, they have this exact conversation with Bobby's parents.
Yes, I did not mean to make that reference, but
it's one to one, right?
yeah, exactly. That's the
She's like, "Did you just try
analog.
not being a mutant?"
Yeah. No son of mine is going to be a mutant.
Yeah, he says, "You're just a stupid kid." Could you imagine saying that to your own fucking child?
Stop trying to be so independent. And then, just to cap it off, like his dad rages.
He's just raging, says he's embarrassing them, he's breaking their hearts, and then his mother warns him that his father's health hasn't been great lately and begs him not to kill his father.
It's like, couldn't you just tune down all the, mutant stuff?
How about if you're going to be
not kill your father, please.
If you're going to be a mutant, why don't you just not do it in front of your father? You know how his heart is.
Yeah.
Like,
but
how
she literally
many
says, as she leaves the room, please don't kill your father.
Right. How many gay kids, right, have been told by their parents, why don't we just not tell grandma? She doesn't have that much long left, and I'm afraid it's gonna... And I don't know that her heart can take it.
Yeah.
Also, he's still in his fucking underwear. Get clothes! Damn it! Get a costume! You can't just be in your underwear all the time, dude!
Yeah, you need de-iced clothes.
Yes. All right, Bobby starts stewing over this when the gizmo he picked up starts buzzing, and suddenly he disappears. Also done well. They don't make like a big bright light, like a big flash. It's just a panel with him there and a panel with him gone.
Yeah.
Cut to England, 1892, where Marge, now going by Margaret, and donning a British accent, watches Bobby get sent through time on a monitor with her family. They say hello to Mrs. Bronte. I think they're trying to say...
Is that supposed to be
Emily or Charlotte
one of the sisters? Yeah. My God.
Ugh. So the family and Margaret know exactly what's going on and urge her to save him, but she shuts them up by threatening to make them not exist.
What?
Is that abnormal?
Is it possible, Matt?
Yell that at my family all the time.
Is it possible that this Marge is the one that the aliens might have been sent for? That she's some sort of more powerful being than we understand?
She's a pretty lady.
She's a pretty lady next door, but
yeah,
could pretty lady next door be... No, you're right.
What you're saying is awfully crazy here, Pat. And I love it. Bobby, meanwhile, finds himself in downtown Manhattan in 1942. He gets... Yes.
This is a little confusing. It's really well done when they have him disappear, right? The device kind of starts buzzing and suddenly he's not in the room. And then we cut to England, 1892, where he is not. He's just, we have to watch other people... Just a strange choice not to immediately show him. Yeah.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. It takes you a second to be like, wait, what? He's, what?
He's not here. They're watching him on a TV in 1892 England.
He gets shot by a cop for absolutely no reason and passes out in an alley, only to be saved by a young couple, his parents.
What?
He's still in his fucking underwear.
That's why the cop shoots at him. He's like, son, you can't be out here like this. Oh, also that officer is Hunts Rachitt.
Ralph Rachitt's dad. Or grandfather? Dad? Probably dad.
One of the two.
They found him in the alley, and his father, Willie, had a sense that this was a good guy, and they shouldn't bring him to the police or the hospital, but instead fix him up themselves. Besides, Bobby reminds him of his late baby brother, George. Another scene where a man just starts immediately ranting about the deepest parts of his life.
Yes, he goes into detail about what Georgie meant to him and who he was.
People
if you're trying to help somebody that you find shot on the street, what kind of man are you that you're saying the best thing for him would be if we don't take him to the hospital? because the police will get to him there. We should take him back home and just sew him. Like, is he just assuming this for gunshot victims?
Is Willie Drake in organized crime?
Maybe.
Yeah.
Because
Like,
if he
this is
sees
what
a man shot,
Soprano
he's
would
like,
do.
oh, this guy is probably on the lam.
Everyone in this series talks like a completely insane person who just starts ranting about his dead brother, like, just like immediately to a stranger who's like dying in his bed. Well, or just wounded, but hey.
Shot in the arm.
They spend the night talking, Bobby making up all the details of his life, only to be interrupted by Kali and her army of flying spiders.
Oh no.
But she seems to be looking for Marge, not Bobby? Wait, Pat.
You just told me that's not possible.
Did you read ahead?
No, I'm reading this and recapping it as we broadcast.
No matter, Bobby is already fighting her, and he's not about to stop now. He gets soundly defeated while Marge watches from 1892 England, clearly feeling guilty for all the pain Bobby's going through. But Willie comes running in with the gizmo, hoping it can do something.
It's like, I found your radio.
Kali wants it, but Willie won't give it up, so she fucking kills him. Iceman's dad, William Drake, is dead.
Holy shit.
Suddenly, Marge's face appears in the sky, taunting Kali and opening a portal that Kali flies through to go fight her. But Iceman's dad is fucking dead 15 years before Bobby was born.
Uh-oh.
As he starts to realize this, Bobby starts fading out of existence until he's gone. To be continued.
Whew. Thank God there's a to be continued there.
What if this was the moment you found out your mom cheated on your dad? Like, you get tossed back through time and you get your own father killed in front of you. And then you're like, why am I?
And then you still exist.
You're like, why am I not disappearing? Mom?
That wouldn't necessarily be cheating. I mean, if the man's dead and she moves on 15 years later.
Yeah, well, no, what I'm saying is, in his reality, obviously his dad wasn't dead.
Right. In his reality, his dad's not dead.
Right. So he is still alive, meaning
yeah.
his dad wasn't his dad.
I realized how stupid what I said was, but was trying to make it sound like I was learning something.
So, yeah, I don't know. I mean, there's obviously something here about, learning that your parents aren't mythical figures. Like, he's seeing them as just people, where, like, their opinions mattered to him so much. They were like weighing down upon him, like the edicts of gods. And now all of a sudden they're just two folks that he talks to all night long and lies to all night long.
Yeah.
But then any meaning that we can glean from that is immediately subverted because his dad does something heroic, right? And sacrifices himself for his life. So I don't know.
Yeah, it's almost like what they're trying to say is Bobby's dad just said something unforgivable to him. How do we work our way back from that so that they can resolve this at the end?
They should have just had him call like 7 other people in the past just a stupid kid. So you're like, oh, that's just what he says to people. That's what he says to everybody. He wasn't.
Bobby Drake gets teleported.
Yes.
Back to when his parents were just teenagers.
Mm-hmm.
And ends up accidentally engineering himself out of existence. This is a year before Back to the Future comes out. Well, probably like 5 or 6 months before Back to the Future comes out. But they did it first.
They did it first.
Maybe they got that from this.
How long before Futurama?
I guess another 15 years.
Oh, the exact time that Bobby was born.
Whoa.
All right. Why don't you read Iceman number 3?
How old is Bobby supposed to be?
I don't know. I mean, we also will meet Bobby's dad in the comic books later after this miniseries, and his dad will be like half this age.
Oh, weirder.
Yeah.
All right. Iceman number 3, Quicksand.
Ooh.
Look, a lot of things I love about Chris Claremont, but He takes the titles of his stories extremely seriously. I love when we take little sabbaticals from
Yeah.
the Claremont run and get people just putting exclamation points at the end of every title for no reason. Or like doing these goofy titles, doing the goofy credits. We're back. We're here.
We're back. We're back, baby. We're back to comic books.
Release date December 4th, 1984. Cover date April 1985. So now Iceman no longer exists. The end.
Oh. Well, so it's been a good episode. Why don't we put on...
No, stop. I was kidding.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Sorry, I had to turn the page. It turns out there's more to this book. Two yellow eyes stare on him while he tumbles into a black oblivion. He lands in a crib with his mom and dad fawning over him. His mom spins him around and around, transforming him into a little baby until she turns to ice and shatters. He's a little ice baby.
He's a little ice
They
baby.
draw a little toddler, but with like the weird ice cube form to him. It's adorable.
And he's wearing he's still wearing Bobby's ice shorts, and they've just gotten so big on him, and they're all like...
Yeah. His dad, angry, sends him off to school where he topples into Professor Xavier. Xavier rides on his back, telling him all about mutants until he's shot in the chest.
Now, is there any sort of metaphor there, do you think? Xavier's like, why don't you carry me on your back?
Carry me to the Xavier Institute on... Yeah, that's such a... What a deluded sense of self-confidence he has. Yeah, I was the one carrying the X-Men all those years. Bobby turns into his original ice cream Iceman form and begins running with the X-Men until Jean dies and he falls back into his parents' arms, scared. We get fun little things out of all of the X-Men in this little... There's like one panel of them running, and it's chunky Iceman from the original issues, and he's everybody's saying they're like just something that their character would say, and Hank is just listing big words that don't have anything to do with each other because Bobby doesn't ever actually know what they mean.
Yeah.
Hank's just saying exigency, parabolic, impecunious.
And Cyclops is like, don't mind him. He's just trying to impress people with this vocabulary.
Yeah,
and then Cyclops says, we're the X-Men. We'll never be accountants either.
Yes. So good. So he falls back into his parents' arms, scared, but he's plucked away again by Hercules and the Champions. He tells Darkstar he loves her, but she rejects him because he's an accountant. So he sits at his school desk crying. Valkyrie scoops him up and throws him into the New Defenders, but Beast kicks him out for being pathetic and never making up his mind. Then he tumbles into a black oblivion while two yellow eyes stare on. One thing that I absolutely love about what we just read, this is like the first few pages, right? And it's got the X-Men, the Champions, the Defenders, all in this like weird sort of oblivion dream sequence thing that's going on. Because of this, the front cover says, featuring the X-Men, the Defenders, the Champions.
So he picks up this issue like, ooh, all my favorite guys.
Oh, I guess the New Defenders thing is insulting Bobby Drake. So Bobby finally lands in front of a large shadowed figure in purple and pink robes with a belt made of skulls. The figure welcomes him to the war-torn alien world from the prologue of issue number 1. The two recap the first two issues together, and the figure introduces himself as Oblivion, a primal force who lives in between all things. He created this realm and all things in it, and now he hungers.
Okay, so now we're going to get to know all about this war and what's going on with these enslaved people and all this the strange world and all the suffering and the big tower in the middle. And
I gotta say, some really good art in this run here in this miniseries.
Yes.
This attempt to put Bobby through a weird nightmare is missing the mark.
Well, because it's just on a black void, right? Like
yeah, and they're trying to do things with it that make it a little weirder. Like sometimes Bobby's dad is standing upside down at the top of the panel, or like on the side of the panel.
That was very stupid.
It's just like, what do you do? Just
you
go with the nothingness or go full absurd. Like, don't. It's kind of a half measure here, but whatever. The rest of it's fine. This figure tells Bobby that he recreated his form from non-existence because of Marge. Marge is apparently Oblivion's child. She grew self-awareness and fled into the time stream where she grows more powerful. She utterly destroyed Kali, which Oblivion shows Bobby. Oblivion can't enter the time stream without undoing the universe, so he asks Bobby to find her for him, promising to restore his father to life.
Bobby can't believe that she is Oblivion's daughter, because he's like, we shared so much. We shared so much, Bobby.
You had a conversation with this woman.
And you did all of the talking.
Suddenly, he's back in some town where everything seems a bit too normal. He walks down the street in his underwear and everyone waves hello to him until Marge's younger brother finds him. Excited, he brings Bobby to the Smith's house where Marge and her family are waiting around the dinner table. They invite Bobby to dinner, and in his underwear and booties, he sits down to eat with them.
They're talking about how, this place, it's like paradise. There's no prejudice. There's no hatred. This is exactly the sort of place I've always wanted to live. Everybody here is white.
Yes. Yeah, it's pretty easy to have no racial prejudice when everybody is white.
Everybody is white. The only way that they have shown no prejudice is that they weren't mean to a man in his underwear.
Yeah. Also, Bobby walking through town in his underwear, that's on him. At this point, you should have donned some clothes.
Yes.
Bobby sitting down to dinner in his underwear, that's on the family. Somebody should offer him some clothes.
That's all right. Good point.
After dinner, Bobby tries to press Marge on everything Oblivion told him. Marge tells him not to worry. She made this town out of the image of a perfect world in Bobby's head. Oh.
All white.
Plus, she loves him.
Huh?
She's pulling a Bobby here. Remember that one time we bumped into each other? I love you.
You knocked over all my brownies and then ranted at me about your religion. I love you.
Bobby is confused and scared and wants Marge to come back to Oblivion with him, and she's furious. Her family agrees with Bobby, and she immediately deletes them from existence.
Jesus Christ.
She shows Bobby that she can do the same with the town if he doesn't just shut up and settle down here with her. Oblivion is evil, and he wouldn't ask that if he knew what Oblivion has done to her.
Yeah, so she's actually making a pretty sympathetic argument here. She's like, my father was terrible to me. You don't know the sort of hell he put me through.
Yeah.
Which I think after having read the whole miniseries, we have reason to like kind of doubt.
Yes, it seems to go a bit deeper than that.
But for him
right now,
he should just say, "Oh, I'm so sorry.
That
yeah,
sucks.
You're right.
Yeah.
I'll help you fight him." But
Bobby is still confused, and now he's tired. So he ices up and threatens to fight her instead.
Dudes, fuck you.
She grows to 10 times her size and tells him her name is actually Mirage, not Marge.
Oh, Marge Mirage.
And she'll unmake him like she did her family. But Iceman resists. She shrinks back down and falls, telling him her power is growing too fast and she can't control it. She struggles back and forth between Marge, who just wants to be normal, and Mirage, who wants to grow more powerful and kill Iceman.
Huh.
They should have called her Margie. It would be a perfect anagram for Mirage.
This fight scene is so weird.
So bizarre.
She grows, and then 2 panels later she shrinks back down and falls over.
there's supposed to be something here. There's like this really light theme that I think they just kept forgetting about or not finding a way to work in, where Bobby is like unsure if he really exists or not. And because of that, he's shaken by the idea that he could be unmade, but he's not a creature that Marge or Oblivion just created. That's
or
is he?
He is, yes. I think we have to talk about that, and it comes up next issue. But I think he is. I think Bobby made himself not exist, and Oblivion created him again.
Created him from the essence of what used to exist.
Or something. Like, I don't know if he used some of Bobby to make Bobby. It seems it, because Bobby seems to have like a continuous stream of thought through the process. But
they also briefly mention that all his memories of his past life were erased, but then that doesn't actually happen. He remembers everything.
They say that?
Yeah, there's a point when Oblivion remakes him and he's like, now you're my perfect servant. You won't remember anything from your past life. And the next thing he says is like, oh, my dad's dead.
It's like, fuck. Yeah, this whole sequence is very, very odd.
So strange.
I think it's supposed to be like a frenetic, like, I love you, I hate you, I want to run away with you, I'm gonna kill you, but it does not come off that way at all. It comes off like, you know what? It comes off kind of like the way Ann Nocenti writes.
Well, you hate Ann Nocenti.
I'm saying, it's not that I hate her. I'm saying this is a good example of that disconnected, like, stream of consciousness way that she writes that I always find confusing.
Yeah, where you have to kind of assume what they're thinking between panels that makes them react this way.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. We'll try to dumb it down for you a little more going forward, Matt. Iceman tries to tell
that's
her
the problem. It's too smart for me.
Iceman tries to tell her he understands. He's also going through an identity crisis due to his father's influence. Dude, this pales in comparison. Yeah, my dad yelled at me.
My dad wants me to be an accountant, so I totally know what you mean about being a fragment of your father's being who's created to help him rule Oblivion.
She knows. She's like, I know. Yes, yeah.
It was the first thing you ever said to me.
She knows, and that's why she thought they could be happy together, but now she must destroy him. They fight, and Mirage defeats Iceman, who collapses on the ground. She's distraught, lamenting what she just did, when suddenly Oblivion appears behind her. To be concluded.
She does the thing where she's like down on her knees, screaming at the sky with both fists raised. That no. Oh man, this issue is not the high point of this comic book.
No, and it gets so weird. It's like, until we get back to Bobby talking to his parents, which, sorry to spoil it, but Bobby will speak with his parents again.
Bobby talks to his parents. Spoiler.
Until we get back to that point, it felt like this was a different series where they were like, I'm tired of writing about Iceman. Can't we write about this strange god that I'm thinking of instead?
Issue number 4 is called The Price You Pay. Release date February 5th, 1985. Cover date June 1985. Wild visual. Each of these pages is like a 1-panel page. And the first 2 parts of this issue are just recaps back to back.
Yes.
So the issue opens with Oblivion recapping all we know, that he's an infinite being that exists between life and death, and the realm he's in was created entirely by him, as was everything in it.
We know.
He grew lonely and created a daughter, Mirage.
Oh my god.
She rejects him because she doesn't want him to be like him, and she is part of him, and she can't blame either of them for what they are.
Oh, that's actually new information. She is part of him.
Iceman wakes up and recaps the events of the last few issues, reasoning that Oblivion's guilt trip is similar to the one his own parents lay on him. He attacks Oblivion, stating that all his life, Oblivion is now Bobby is making some wild emotional leaps. Bobby is like, I am in a comic that's a metaphor, and I'm going to tell you it. All his life, Oblivion is the one he's been fighting. He was coddled by his parents, outcast for being a mutant, and looked down upon as the weakest, youngest X-Man, and it's made him deeply insecure, but he's ready to overcome that.
Just to be clear, he says to Oblivion, first of all, he's like, you're a lot like my dad, God. Which is its own set of issues he's got to deal with through therapy.
He's got to talk to Dr. Melfi about that one.
But then he's like, I finally understand. Everything that's wrong, that wasn't my parents' fault. That was your fault, Oblivion. I mean, my parents yelling at me, my parents being overprotective about me, my parents not accepting that I'm a mutant. You're just looking for somebody to take it out on at this point.
Yeah. He's like, my dad's dead. He can't be the problem. He was a saint. Also, Iceman has faced less oppression for being a mutant than any other mutant we've ever met.
Yes, he maybe Warren. But he has not been, because he can just walk around as a normal man, and then when he ices up, it's adorable.
I think somebody threw something at him one time, and then he's just been in like superhero teams and considered a superhero, not really a mutant.
Right.
The most we've ever seen him face anti-mutant prejudice is in this comic, and it's one cop and his cousin
Joel.
Cousin Joel. All right. So Oblivion tells Iceman that since he fucked up the time stream, this is what I was talking about, he's now just another one of Oblivion's creations. So Iceman can't defeat him. But Bobby remembers having hopes and dreams and fighting for things as a superhero. Those must be real. And they come from values instilled into him by his parents and all the love they gave him and a hard work they put in to give him comfort.
I read this as, no, Bobby's existed all along. He thinks he got blinked out of existence, but it was just because Oblivion, I mean, he was blinked out of existence, but you can't actually be, like, you're still going to exist. You can't just cease to exist. So Oblivion was trying to convince him that, hey, I created you. I'm the one that made Bobby Drake out of the thing that was popped out of existence. Whereas Bobby's like, saying, like,
no, my parents made me.
Exactly. Yes.
You're not my dad.
There's
Dad's my dad.
Some of this had to have been written under the influence of psychedelic mushrooms. Like, there is no question in my mind when they're like, actually, nothing is real except for love, which is what makes us all real. That's some circular thinking that you only get to with a level of psychedelia.
It is like the most base level, the dumbest level of epiphany a person can have.
Yes. Yeah.
You know what? Actually, it's all love. The first time a person ever thinks they're smart is when they're like, you know what? It's all love. And it is the dumbest that they've ever been.
Yeah. Congratulations. You've reached John Lennon level of philosopher. You've got a long way to go to even reach Ringo.
All the while, Iceman is making ice axes and ice beams and ice shields and ice pillars and stuff and fighting both Oblivion and all his henchmen from earlier in the series. There is some cool fight stuff here.
Yeah. They're having fun.
Iceman swinging his axe, Iceman blocking stuff with two shields on either side of him. Like, that's pretty cool.
The backgrounds, like the Oblivion area, is suddenly cool now, right? Like, it's being framed by a hallway of disembodied heads and like weird portals and stuff.
Right. This actually is a little psychedelic.
Yes. Yeah. This is where they really like figure it out.
Right. At this point, Oblivion collapses, but Mirage has decided to take up her true calling. She is now ready to make peace with Oblivion and accept who she is. Again, this is that between the panels. She was just off panel having her own comic, and then she comes back in, and you're like, wait, what? Hold on, what? Okay.
No, Oblivion. Listen, I've forgiven him. He is my father. He's also sort of my husband. I am also him. We're the same person.
We'll get to that. She loves Oblivion and he loves her. Marge never loved Bobby. That was only a reflection of the love she felt for Oblivion. Again, you've taken half of a psychology course in community college and learned the words reflection in a psychological context.
This is somebody who's just like, oh yeah, women just love their dads.
What? that I hadn't thought about that, but I was just thinking of like when somebody gives that sort of like psychological advice to you, that sort of dumb like, well, are you looking for a partner or are you really just looking to love yourself?
Yes.
It's like, well, okay, sure, but that is functionally meaningless, and grow up.
It's so. Yes, I'm going to add one more layer onto this.
Yeah.
Mirage gives up her rebellion and says, yes, finally I will listen to my father. She literally becomes him. Because again, I don't know if we've gotten quite there yet, but they are the same being. They're not father and daughter. They're actually, father broke off a piece of himself and called it his daughter. It would be like,
you might notice at the beginning of this issue that the torn parts of his cloak are her cloak that she is now wearing.
Yeah.
So he tore off part of his cloak too. So that's, some more symbolism. All right.
So Bobby this whole time has been fighting the urge from external forces to become his father. Meanwhile, Mirage literally becomes her father and is pure evil.
Right, right.
If the metaphor wasn't in your face enough.
Bobby should surrender because he doesn't exist anymore, and as such, his entire existence was a dream. Oblivion lifts him up and eats him. But Bobby won't give up. He fulfilled his end of the bargain. He brought the two of them back together. Again, loses the metaphor entirely at this point, but whatever.
Hey, you made a promise to me.
It was like, I thought we were
that part
beyond.
Was literal.
Yeah, I thought we were beyond. Oblivion promised to restore his father and thus restore his existence, and now he realizes he'll never stop fighting because of love. He literally bursts out of Oblivion's face yelling, "For love!" This is a joke that I had. I used to make with an ex-girlfriend. Is everything I would do, I would say it was for love. Like everything, every stupid thing I would do, or anything I was asking, and just like something as stupid as like, "Hey, I gotta go to the bathroom for love." For love. I'm doing this. I'm doing this I'm doing this for our love. And I'm
gonna start doing that to my wife until she yells at me.
You can also do that. When you're asking for any sort of favor. Like, hey, can you get me blah 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 for love? For our love that we have with each other?
Can you fill up my water? For love.
For love. Oblivion is suddenly grateful to Bobby, for he'd never seen love before, and he thinks it rules. He shows him that his father's death created a branching path of reality, and Bobby still exists in his own time stream, so it's all fine. Oblivion calls Mirage his daughter/sister/mate, and they begin to fuck as the universe unravels around them, and suddenly Bobby wakes up in his own bed moments after he disappeared.
This part I had a little trouble with, but again, I'm pretty sure this was a line written on mushrooms. She is my daughter and my sister, my mate. It's like, okay, if your mind is fully functioning, you're going to realize what a bad sentence that is. But when you're above it all, when you're just firing on those those direct one path thought drugs, yeah, this is brilliant. She's, whoa, my God. What if, okay,
And-
he's her dad, but also he's her brother and her lover. It's all the same. It's all love, man.
It almost feels like the dumbest guy you know read Alan Moore's Swamp Thing and was like, I get it.
That's an incredible description of the experience of tripping.
So Bobby's home now. He runs downstairs in his underwear and booties and hugs and kisses his parents, telling them that he loves them. If your kid I don't know, your muscular adult son runs up to you in his underwear and starts hugging and kissing you. You're hey, all right, I appreciate it. Go put some clothes on, please.
Yes. Yeah.
He says their arguments don't matter because they all love each other.
Oh.
They tell him that they feel guilty for all the suffering. But hey, and a real sentiment, Pat. Wait, we're about to get to a real sentiment.
Okay.
They tell him they feel guilty for all the suffering Bobby's endured from being a mutant. But Bobby tells him that his powers are good. He's not insecure about them anymore. He's going to be a superhero and he's going to go to college, but maybe not for accounting after he's seen the architecture of the universe or whatever. Now that is J.M. DEMATTEIS writing about how once he took drugs, he realized he wanted to be an artist, right?
Yes. Yeah. He's like, okay, we can all move past. Like, this is the time that J.M. DEMATTEIS went to his parents' house, and instead of being like, yeah, I told you I'm trying to be a writer, he walks in and he's like, I'm a writer. And his parents were like, okay, we're tired of arguing with you.
Suddenly, Hank and Warren show up. They need Bobby because the new Defenders have a mission. Iceman takes off with Beast and Angel, and his parents tell him they're proud of him. The end.
Whew.
Okay. Okay. As dumb as it is, there is a lot to think about the character of Bobby Drake in this series. There's a lot of cool scenes, a lot of cool art.
Yeah, there's a lot of good here. It's just not the story.
No, yes, it is. It's just equal parts good and dumb.
I think the real highlight here, like you're saying, is the character and maybe not the development, but the exploration of the character of Bobby Drake, right, in a way that when we did the Nightcrawler miniseries, that was about having fun. That was like, I know who this character is. I just want to put him in fun things and do those fun things with him.
Yes.
Whereas this is somebody saying like, hey, I don't necessarily like Bobby Drake, but there's something there. Like, we can dig in and get there's substance here for us to work with. So I thought that was really cool, and I think they do an incredible job of keeping him consistently in character through the whole series.
I think so too, and I think like this also speaks to Bobby, right? He hangs out with smart, thoughtful people. He does drugs with Hank, right?
Right.
And he's the dumb one. And so that creates a sort of insecurity that is warranted, but also it needs to be overcome because you can't live with that level of insecurity, right? Even if you are the dumb one, you can't go around thinking you're the dumb one because what does that accomplish, right?
Right.
This is sort of one of the things that I came to realize very recently as I was learning and reading about the idea of self-compassion, right? It's not the same necessarily as self-love or
gross.
Or even necessarily self-acceptance, right? It's understanding that almost like you are who you are and that's not necessarily your fault. And if you want to move forward in the world and also you want to treat other people well, you have to sort of just accept, you have to understand, you have to be compassionate about these things about yourself. If you met the dumbest guy you ever met, you wouldn't be constantly putting them down about how dumb they are. So why are you constantly putting yourself down about how dumb you are? What's that going to help? Right? So Bobby here is starting to get that. He's starting to understand I'm the dumb one. it's not necessarily, it's not entirely my fault, but it's also not entirely not my fault. And I'm gaining nothing by just whining and whimpering about it. I need to become a self-actualized person. A thing that he doesn't quite realize here, which is a shame because he really needed to realize that it is that sort of insecurity is born out of ego, right? It is born out of you having either high expectations for yourself that you're not living up to, because you're like, you just assume you should be smarter or better or cooler than this because you're that cool or smart or good in your own head. Or it's ego in the other direction, which is like a self-obsession about comparing yourself to other people. I'm not as smart as all these other people, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So while this, I think, does solve Bobby's insecurities, which definitely needed to be addressed, it does not solve Bobby's ego.
Doesn't address the root. Yeah, yeah. It's a shame neither of us can relate to this, Matt.
Neither of us vacillate back and forth between thinking we are the smartest human on Earth and the dumbest human on Earth, just like within 10 seconds time.
We're constantly feeling like we're the dumbest smart person everybody knows.
Okay, and then also there's the element to this that is the gay metaphor.
Right. This is, again, except for issue number 3 and a chunk of issue number 4, this is a coming out story. Yeah. They have to remove any reference to homosexuality, and also at this point unclear if Bobby Drake was considered gay behind the scenes or not, right? But
you can see this is where if somebody hasn't already started, like, we, on some level, all the gay Bobby Drake stuff we've seen so far is us grasping a little bit. Like, we are noticing these themes that get picked up on later, but they clearly weren't intended at the time. This is where it starts to be like, oh, huh.
Yes. And I think the downfall of this comic is this mirrors that experience, except Bobby just tells Oblivion everything he wanted to tell his dad, and then goes home and hugs his dad and is like,
thank you.
It's fine.
And I think, Dad, for listening to me.
The conclusion they come to is also very, you can say it's queer coded, but it's also just sort of like dealing with family in that these are the people you love no matter their opinions.
Mm-hmm.
And they love you no matter their opinions. And I know that that's not always the case, right? Too frequently, that's not the case. That a parent can't move past their homophobia or transphobia or whatever it is. But here's the sort of the ideal case for Bobby, which is consistent with the rest of his life, where he goes to his parents and he's like, I know you don't accept who I am, but I'm confident about it, and I still love you, and I think you still love me too, so why don't we just go forward with that? But like I said, he skips all of the actual confrontation of it, the part of it where he's like, why can't I be myself? Why can't I make my own path? Like, why do I have to be you? Or why can't you accept that I'm going to make some of these decisions for myself? Mm-hmm. He says all that to Oblivion for absolutely no reason.
God, it's so funny to imagine a superhero just pounding on a supervillain, just like just like two fists, just back and forth,
beating the shit,
but crying and being like, Dad!
Yeah. Why didn't you come to my play?
Yeah, exactly. That's what most superheroes are doing. They just don't say it out loud.
Yeah.
This also, I think, really speaks well to that we can read so much queer coding in the story. I think speaks really well to the mutant metaphor, right? This story can be read as Bobby Drake wanting to be a superhero rather than wanting to be a accountant. This can also be read as a queer person coming out to their parents and wanting to live an honest life. This can also be read as just as a creative person having to tell their parents that they're not going to become a lawyer or whatever. This can also be read as just a weird person who's like, I'm going to stop trying to blend in with society. I know I'm weird. You could say the same thing about a person who's neuroatypical, right?
Yeah. And even
Neurodivergent.
discusses these, I think, self-diagnosed neuroses.
Right, that's true. Good point. So I think that speaks to, we've talked before about the weaknesses of the mutant metaphor, but I think this story really illustrates the power of the mutant metaphor.
Yeah.
So, is that it?
Yeah, you know what? Play the song. It doesn't always have to be on a joke.
69.
I forgot.
Got an eye out, stuff that you could buy out. If you had a time machine that you would like to try out, it's at Deals and Seal.
Ooh-wee, Matt. You know that I love a bad artist's attempt at drawing Spider-Man. And today, I have exactly that for you. I've got the Spider-Man Action Water Glove. Hey, kids. It starts out all caps. Hey, kids, 3 exclamation points. Hey, kids!
Hey, kids!
Hey, kids!
Remember, what was the name of the clown from Garfield?
Obnoxio. Hey kids, get the glove that looks and works just like Spider-Man's. It shoots water just like Spider-Man shoots his web. It's easy. It's easy. Just load your glove with water and shoot a thick spray up to 25 feet away just by squeezing the palm. Shooting ropes of water.
By squeezing in your palm.
You get an Action Water Glove for the right hand, plus a special reloader bottle so you can carry refills with you. 2 sizes are available, small, under age 7, and regular, age 7 and over, all for only $3.75 plus 75 cents for postage and handling. Iowa residents add 3% sales tax.
Take that, Iowa, you fucks.
You fucking idiots.
Nice state got there.
Matt, so much of our audience is in the Midwest.
I love Iowa. I'm
sorry for your loss.
We'll send you 3 cents if you ever need to mail anything.
Let me tell you what I think.
Please.
Number 1, always a sucker for some sort of web shooting device. They have never invented one that makes you feel in any way like Spider-Man, because they have to put these like big ass cans that run down your forearm. In this case, it's water, not silly string. But if I see these at like Kmart or whatever, I'm buying them every time.
How many do you have in your house? Because they're always there.
I know. My wife makes me get rid of them pretty quickly. I cause a lot of trouble around the house with them. So I'm already sold on this. Under $5, even in 1985 money, pretty good deal. But to top it off, Matt, whoever invented this thing took their own whack at drawing Spider-Man and drawing his hands and clearly got tired of inking it some way through.
The hands are the worst. Okay, the hands are terrible. You cannot tell if you're looking at the front of the hand or the back of the hand. And the picture of Spider-Man swinging in the corner of the ad is... nobody told this guy, you draw it big, and then you use your technology to shrink it down.
Right.
He drew it so tiny that it's just all jumbled up and his face just looks like scribbles.
And then they clearly had to blow it up too and then color it. And it's just, again, I think this is probably a problem every artist runs into when they first draw Spider-Man. You're like, oh yeah, I can draw Spider-Man. It's a man's body, but he's barely got a face. And then you get to the webbing on his suit. And you just have to do that over and over and over again. And this graphic artist clearly got very tired of doing it. There's just errant lines places. There's webbing missing in places where it should be.
Action water glove.
The Action water glove. $375. We haven't broken out the calculator in a little bit, Matt. Should we calculate the price?
I was
going to
say you said you committed a sin of Pat's Deals and Steals where you just said in 1985 money. You're the guy who's supposed to tell us what that is.
That's why I offered to look it up. Don't tell me how to run my segment.
You should have done it before you said it.
Okay, $1 in 1985 was worth approximately $3.11. So if we take that $3.75 and multiply it by $3.11, it's not $10 exactly, Matt. It's $11.66 What do you think about that?
That's about the amount that you would pay at a Target for one of these water shooting web shooters.
It is, Matt, but we don't shop at Target anymore.
Walmart for one of these water shooting web shooters.
Isn't that wild? I used to boycott Walmart because of, I don't remember what bad political thing they did decades ago, but now I have to shop there because Target's doing unquestionably more evil things.
I think the evil things of Walmart is just its business practices, right? Like it was intentionally running smaller businesses out of their respective towns.
Yes,
it was taking over large swaths of land the way that Amazon is. Like that's why you shouldn't have a Prime account, because Amazon is just stealing land from everybody and ruining it.
They also they very deliberately were paying women less for the same work than that.
They used to. Their treatment of their workers used to be really terrible, though. In recent years, I believe I'm not going to fact check this right now, and we're not going to edit it out. I think Walmart has shown up on like best places to work lists a ton of times in the past.
Here goes Matt making excuses for canceled people and businesses again.
Here's the only problem. Here's why I have to shop at Walmart sometimes.
Yeah. No, that's what I'm saying.
They get these limited edition cereals sometimes that are that like nowhere else gets. And so they're only at Walmart, and you're like, damn, I gotta go to Walmart to get these like melon flavored whatevers.
What? A melon flavored cereal?
Yeah, the most recent K-pop Demon Hunter cereal is like a melon flavored.
Matt, you're buying K-pop Demon Hunter cereal?
If it's melon flavored, where are you going to get that elsewise?
Yeah. No, look, it's a good movie.
It actually was pretty good. I liked K-pop.
It's fine. And what's brilliant is they didn't even tell you that the voices behind it are already fucking pop stars.
Right.
They were ready to be real life stars. They just made a cartoon first. Sorry. I could do an hour on K-pop Demon Hunters.
So,
and I don't have kids.
Deals is K-pop Demon Hunters. Yeah, I'm into it. I buy it. I'm buying
under $12 in
for all
1985 money.
K-pop Demon Hunters.
You've got an eye out, stuff that you could buy out. If you had a time machine that you would like to try out, it's at Deals and Steals.
Patrick.
Yes, yeah. What's up?
I don't want to end this episode.
What? You were the one that said we got to wrap it up.
I know, but I don't want to end this episode, and I'll tell you some reasons why. Number one,
give me one.
Number one, I'm just having so much fun with my best friend Pat.
Oh.
But number two,
yeah, give me another one.
And this is maybe the bigger one, is the next episode that we record after this.
No.
Secret Wars 2.
No, fuck. No, fuck. No.
We have 9 issues between now and the next time we record. We're going to be different people, everybody. Say goodbye to the Matt and Pat, the happy-go-lucky Matt and Pat that you know. Because next time you talk to us, we are going to have just read 9 issues of Jim Stupid's opus. Secret Wars 2, where Spider-Man teaches the Beyonder how to take a shit.
Yeah, just remember as we read through it, the first time around, he was like, oh yeah, I can write a comic book. Anybody can write a comic book.
Yeah.
Bad enough. The second time around, he said, God gave me the gift to write everyone else's comic book. And that's what we're about to read.
And he said to himself, you know what? My political beliefs, about, I'm looking at the world and I'm seeing the world and I'm saying, hey, somebody needs to comment on this thing. Somebody needs to set everybody straight. And me, James Stupid, am the one to do it. And I'm going to do it by making myself God and have the world teach me about being a human. And I will just walk around saying how dumb all the stuff that humans do is.
Are there bad guys? Are there bad guys in Secret Wars 2? Or is it just...
I think
like
the answer is no.
Getting to be human.
It has been a while since I've read it.
Okay.
And when I read it, I barely read it. I was like, fuck, this sucks so bad. Like anything else that was happening in the room was suddenly the most interesting thing on Earth.
Well,
so this time I'm going to have to really read it because we have to write recaps and make jokes and stuff. So, god damn. So, yeah, so that's the next episode. But what I'm saying here is that we're going to need some moral support, folks. And Pat, what ways can people help prop us up while we take on this difficult undertaking for them?
Give us money.
How do they do
that? You could follow us on Patreon for free if you want. I think we just put an updated reading list up there, as well as being able to pay us. If you want to pay us some money, get some extra bonus content. I think we also have a really cool bonus episode coming up soon.
Yes.
That if you're on Patreon, you'll get a week early.
If you're on Patreon, you're going to get in like a couple. I think if you're on the Patreon, you've already gotten it, right?
Whoa.
And if you are not, for everybody else, you will get it in between this and the next episode. So actually, you will hear from us one more time before we are absolutely miserable.
Oh, thank God.
With a special guest, too.
But outside of Patreon, there's plenty of options. You can follow us on Instagram at Mutant Menace Pod. You can follow us on YouTube at Mutant Menace Podcast.
Mm-hmm.
Some content up there on both channels that you'll probably enjoy. You can
find us in person and kiss us.
You can find us in person and kiss us. Try to. It's not as easy as you think. Finding us, not kissing us.
Both. We are both very difficult kissers.
A lot of teeth.
We dodge. We bob and weave.
What?
Gotcha.
That's why we've never kissed. We always try to. We outsmart each other each time.
I want to say a big thank you to Krills Wilson for the music in this episode and every episode. I want to thank Julia Selly for the voice of Trish Tilby that you hear at the top of every episode. And Pat, I think I'm so nervous that we have the same outro this week. But Pat, why don't you tell everybody the outro that we say at the end of every single episode of this podcast that keeps them coming back?
Yeah. Matt, as always, help! There's a godless communist undressing in my backyard.
And remember, folks, help! There's a godless communist undressing in my backyard.